Hi, Jonathan Martis here with North Pacific Real Estate. I'm a local real estate broker in the Bothell area, and I wanted to go ahead and show you some neighborhoods by driving through so you can get an idea of what it's like. I hope this is helpful for you to see if this is a place you do want to move, that this will give you an idea of what the area is like and see what you like and maybe what you don't like. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, we are on 405 North and we are about to exit 527. It's going into Bothell. I'm going to show you some neighborhoods that I like, ones that I've helped clients purchase or sell homes, but areas I've door knocked. I've actually walked these neighborhoods, and they're some of my favorite neighborhoods in Bothell. So I'd like to just give you an idea of what it's like in the neighborhood itself, driving through, instead of, sometimes you'll see pictures online and you don't really know what it's like a quarter mile away, half mile away. This will definitely give you a good idea on that. Again, if you're ever looking to buy in the Bothell area, I'm ready to help you. I have the experience needed to help represent you, and I know these homes very well. We're going to continue on here, and we're going to go the back way. I'm going to turn right on Maltby, right after where the Fred Meyer is going to be. The thing I like about these neighborhoods is that they're close to shopping, restaurants, freeway access. Especially here with 405, you can go south into Bellevue. You can go north to get to I-5 to go into Seattle. It's in a good spot to get to where you need to go, but also has options because you can go up to Highway 9 as well, which is another highway to get you into different parts of the metropolitan area here locally. So it is good to have options, especially because you don't know where you might work in a few years. Maybe you work in Seattle, and then you're going to work in Bellevue. So being in a location that allows you to go to either one using different routes is always helpful. Now, if you work from home, you don't have to worry about that, but we'll see how long that lasts. I know some people do work from home, but it's still good to be in a location where if things change in the future, your house is located in a place that's easy to get onto the freeway and get to different major cities. If you haven't seen my other video about the Bothell, drive through Bothell, kind of driving through the city, check that one out. I go through all these plazas and downtown Bothell as well to kind of show you what the city's like. Fred Meyer is a big grocery store and has clothing and home goods. So kind of your one-stop shop for the most part if you need anything. Kind of like a super Walmart. Okay, we're going to turn right here. We're going to go east on 524, which is going to turn into Maltby Road. The first neighborhood we're going to go into is one of the first that when I started 2016, I door knocked this neighborhood, really liked the homes, and just continued door knocking from there, meeting neighbors, learning the neighborhood. These homes that we are going to see are built by John Buchan, and he is a very reputable builder. A lot of homeowners, when I would talk to them about their house, they would mention his name because they really appreciated the quality of the home that was built. These two neighborhoods that we're going to enter, the first one is called Redhawk. The second one is Ravenswood. They're all in the same area because you can't exit out of the neighborhood. You just go in and you You have to come back out. There's no street that goes through it into another area, main street. So built both neighborhoods by John Buchan and Redhawk, as we're pulling in now. We'll have homes from around 1900 and some change square feet up to 2700 and some change. So Ravenswood will have larger homes. And these homes were built in the 90s, late 90s, mid to late 90s, most of them. You can see really nice views there in the distance. In the springtime, when all the flowers are blooming, it's sunny, it looks so much nicer. Everywhere does. Right now it's nice too, but in the spring it's just amazing to see how the colors just make the areas pop. The price range for the houses in this area, it's gonna range because the market changes all the time. But you can look to spend between, at this point, maybe between 900,000 and maybe 1.1 million. That's kind of a good range. We are in January. It's January 2023 for reference. But the market's been changing so quickly because right now it's starting to bounce back, where it was at a more of a decline because of interest rate increases. You're gonna have sidewalks over here that separate from the road. You have grass in between in most parts, and a nice place to walk. There are some hills, so do keep that in mind. This is exiting out of Redhawk right now, so I'm going to turn around. Go ahead and turn right here onto 202nd Street Southeast. So in some areas here you'll have really nice views, which is great. It always helps to have nice views, especially on a sunny day. Be a cul-de-sac here at the end. We'll loop back around. Many of the roofs here, you'll notice, have already been replaced, but you may notice that some haven't been replaced because they were built, a lot of them, in the late 90s, so the lifespan of the roof ended. I mean, they're pretty much end of life, so most people have already changed their roofs. Some have not, but the ones that have not, especially if I was going to sell their house, I'd recommend that they get that taken care of first. Right now we're getting into Ravenswood, so let me go ahead and I want to turn left so I can show you the entrance. Actually changing a roof back there. In time, all of the roofs here will be changed because there's a lot of pride of ownership in the neighborhood, and people take care of their homes. So here we are still in Redhawk. This was kind of the back way from where I turned. So I'm going to loop around, and then we're going to go into Ravenswood. You're going to have larger homes there, more expensive. They are going to be in some over 3,000 square feet. So if you're looking for a larger home, Ravenswood is where you would want to be. Because Redhawk, the homes don't, unless there's an exception, most don't go over 2,700 square feet. So we're still in Redhawk now. I'm going to go down into Ravenswood, and you'll see the sign on the left side here. You'll see the sign right up there. It says Ravenswood in the distance. Let me zoom in. Oh, that didn't work. Yeah, so it's there on the left. So let me turn right, and then we'll come back around. So these houses on the left are going to be in Ravenswood. Right side will be Redhawk area. You might have one or two that are, it's kind of close on the border, but to give you an idea, pretty much the homes on the left, Ravenswood, right, most of them will be Redhawk. As we get closer to the park, some of these might still be in the Ravenswood neighborhood. You have a park here on the right, in the corner, which is nice. It's for the residents of the neighborhood. Go back the other way so you can see a better view of the park. You have a basketball hoop and a playground and some swings. Yeah, it's nice driving through here too, because I can see some of the houses that I help my clients sell and ones that they purchased. All right, we'll go ahead and turn right here. If you go straight through, that's still going to be Ravenswood, and then down this hill, it's a dead end, and we'll come back around. So in this neighborhood, you can't go through and then just exit out to a main street, which is, it's nice in a way because it's more private that way. And, you know, one way in, one way out, in essence. You can go some of the back ways going back up and go through some of the other neighborhoods, but it's not going to take you to a main street. So that's nice for traffic flow. You're not going to have a ton of cars coming through here unless they live here. Then here, this street we haven't taken yet, but that was the one I mentioned that if you go straight through, that's going to be Ravenswood. All right, we'll just go back through this way. This is by the park again. get on 204th here, turn left. We're going to go through Redhawk and back to Maltby. When we turn here on Maltby, we're going to turn left, and then we're going to turn onto 39th. We're going to go right onto 39th. If you were to continue to stay on Maltby, going all the way up, you would hit Highway 9. It's the Homish. On the left side is Chestnut Trails. That's the neighborhood where we ended, where we turned around. That was the next neighborhood over. The left side here, you're gonna have the Ridge. They have different activities for kids in there, and the Ridge Community Church is the one who operates it. They have a coffee shop there as well. You can do a drive-through, the Ridge Coffee. All right, we are on 39th Avenue Southeast, and these are some other neighborhoods that I like in the Bothell area. So we'll do some drive-through and kind of show you what it looks like. Price range here at the moment, some of these houses are much larger, but you're gonna be looking at between maybe 1.1 and 1.8 million. This is Aspenwood. A lot of these houses were built in the 2000s, early 2000s to up until actually up until now. So there's some new developments. They're finding some spots to put new homes, but they are going to be newer homes overall, which is nice, and more established neighborhoods, which is always good. When you have a lot of new homes in a new community, you don't have the trees that are as mature, they're not grown. It's a little different. It's nice to have new homes, but it's also good to have an established neighborhood. A lot of people do prefer that. The price ranges I gave earlier, it's going to encompass all of these neighborhoods we go into, so not specific to Aspenwood, but in general, that's what you can expect from many of these neighborhoods off 39th, because 39th Avenue Southeast goes pretty far down, and there's a lot of communities of homes, larger homes in these areas. This road used to be blocked off. They actually added some new homes there not too long ago. We're getting back now on 39th, so we'll continue and go into some other neighborhoods. The one we just came out of was Stonewalk. Actually, let me go left because I want to show you Foxglove. This is the Foxglove neighborhood. Some of these houses will be older than some of these others we just saw, but still very nice. And what many buyers are doing is they're purchasing the homes and doing some renovations, and you have a great neighborhood and a nice house, well built, pretty good quality overall, I'd say. And nice characteristics to each home. Left here, this will be a dead end. There definitely is a different perspective when you see the neighborhoods like this driving through, because even when I door knocked all of these homes, I door knocked over 1,000 homes, and you just can appreciate the details and the characteristics of each house, the neighborhoods, and it just gives you a better feel for, you know, what homes are here and what it's like. We'll continue straight, and then we are going to then exit back. We're going to get out of the Foxglove neighborhood and go back onto 39th. 39th will be that main street that will be the main artery from all of these neighborhoods. Straight through, we will continue. I was going to get on to 39th, but I'm going to go straight through to Windsor Estates. I helped the client purchase a house there, and just want to show all these neighborhoods. The house is here on the left. It is nice because you don't have a house directly in front of you. So you do have these shrubs, and you have a little more privacy there, which is always good. What's also nice about a lot of these neighborhoods is that you can park on the sides of the streets. A lot of newer neighborhoods and communities have restrictions on parking. So when you want to have friends or guests over and you have more people, it becomes a problem. But here, you'll notice you don't see the no parking signs. It is nice to have those options. Something that buyers don't really think about. But as an agent doing this for several years, that's something I noticed because I would get questions from buyers about parking. So these types of neighborhoods are great, so you don't have to worry about that. On the right side here, there's gonna be some newer houses that were recently built. And if you watch this and you're a buyer and you say, hey, Jonathan, I really like this neighborhood. I like that house, whichever house it may be. Let me know. I've door knocked these homes. I know a lot of these homeowners. So if you're interested, let me know and I can try to get in touch with them and see if they'd like to sell. You would be surprised. I've done off-market transactions in the past, so I have experience with it. And there's many homeowners that will sell if they're even just asked about it and the price makes sense. So just keep me posted about that and I can help you out. Or at least I can try to get that house for you. I'll help you out, but I can't guarantee they'll sell. So we're still in Windsor Estates now. This is a dead end here. We'll loop back around. There's going to be a park coming up here on the left. We'll take this turn and we'll come back around. can show you the park as well. These homes, from a size perspective, you'll find a lot of them over 3,000 square feet, 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom. Most of them will be 2-story. You may have seen the park there on the right. Let me turn around really quick. Houses here on the right will be east facing. And then let me just back up here and I can show you the park. Alright, you can see the park there. Nice little park. It has some grassy areas, slides, things that the kids can climb, and some benches. Straight ahead on that road at the end, that'll be 39th Avenue. I'm going to turn right. We'll continue looking at some houses here. Cul-de-sac that we will make a loop, go back around. Turn left through here. When we go back out, I'll show you again where 39th is. Remember, that's the main artery for all these neighborhoods. That'll take you all the way to Mall B or all the way to 39th. Sorry, all the way to 228th, which is going to be closer to where that Chick-fil-A is, QFC, PCC Market. If you watched my other video, that's the location of where it ends. All right, on the left, if you turn left, you'll be going to 39th Avenue. We are getting into the Hawthorne Station community. Turn in here on the right. Some of these houses have never really been renovated, but you'll notice that some have. So whether it's exterior paint, on the interiors, some homes have been renovated. It's becoming more common now, but you know, they are houses from the early 2000s, many of them. So you will notice that some do look a little bit more they haven't been renovated or updated. but overall I would say most houses look pretty good. And that is good for a neighborhood to have homes that look like they're kept in good shape and maintained. All right, here we're going to have Skyview Middle School. School's not too far away. The high school is about 5 minutes from here. Where we turned from Mulby onto 39th originally, you would turn left there, and it's like a couple minutes from there. So North Creek High School is not too far away. This is 212th. We're going to turn right. Let me go back in here, and I'm gonna loop around. Actually, I'm gonna go down this street because I turned right here initially on 212, just so you can see this side of the neighborhood. There was gonna be a park here on the left as well. That view, there's 2 basketball hoops, and then there's a little path here that goes to 39th, and a little grassy area, and the kids can play soccer, football, or just have a little picnic. Okay, turn around and we'll go back where the park is, get a different view of that community, of the homes, and the sun's kind of washing out some of these houses, so to give you a better view. So this is Hawthorne Station. We're gonna get out of this neighborhood and go back to 39th and continue that way. Where we came out of earlier, that was Windsor Estates, so that's the entrance as well, or you can go the other way off 39th. Okay, we're going to turn right, and now we'll stop into this neighborhood as well on the right off 38th here, right before 39th. It's a smaller neighborhood, probably 20 houses. On the left is Native Growth Protective Area, so that's one of the hardest types of land you can develop on, which is good because if you have that near you, you know that it's very unlikely that this land will be developed or homes or anything else will be put on it. Oh yes, there's this place here on the left as well. Not too many homes, but let's go ahead and pull in. across the street here is a Hindu temple. On the left side here, you'll see there's some newer homes being built. As you go further down, on the right side really quick, it's a Hindu temple and cultural center. They says it's been here since 1980. So on the left here, you'll see newer homes. I'm gonna stay on the right because if you go further down, you're gonna have larger lot sizes, but older homes. So let's continue on 39th, just to make it a little bit easier. Okay, left side, I'm gonna turn left into the next community. And this is gonna be Bellemont Heights. As you could probably tell by now, a lot of these neighborhoods will look pretty similar, right? And so no matter which place you choose, they will all be great, but some of those first ones we went into, Aspenwood and Stonewalk, some of those will be larger, but newer. But they're all very similar in many ways, I'd say. So you have a lot of options of larger homes and newer homes overall compared to some other communities in Bothell that are a lot older. These houses here on the right coming up, they were built within the last several years. And in this community, you'll see that it says no parking in the cul-de-sac. As I mentioned before, these newer communities, because these are newer houses, they're going to have some parking restrictions. It doesn't look like they have any here on the right side, but on the cul-de-sac there is. You have Marisol Community Park here. Let me back up so you can see, get a better view of it. Community Park if you're interested, and some of the other houses. The homes here will be, a lot of them are smaller, smaller lot sizes as well. But they're not too small. I mean, you're still going to find them, you know, large enough for most, around the 3,000 square foot range, up to 2,000 to 3,000, I'd say. Now, as we go right, I want to show you something because a lot of these houses are newer. We're exiting this last community, and they're putting newer homes. So, for example, let me pull in here and I'll show you. You can see that they're putting new homes here. And they are planning to expand in many areas in Bothell where they can. It's hard to find land to build on, but as you can see, they found an opportunity here. And there will be some newer houses going in. So as we come up here, going east, some of these houses will have larger lots but are older, but you'll still have some newer communities as well. It's kind of getting into more of the mixed area of older Bothell where there wasn't a ton of new homes compared to what we're seeing now in these in the houses. They're newer and most of them are similar, very similar houses. You're not going to find a new house, old house, new house, old house, but some of these areas, as we go a little further here on the east, I'll point out the separation you'll be able to see between some of these older homes that were built maybe in the 70s, 80s with maybe acre or two of land, compared to some of the newer homes built in the 2000s with lot sizes of about 6,000 to 8,000 square feet, some even around 5,000 square feet, and actually some even lower than that. So we're going to turn right. This is 45th Avenue Southeast. On the left side, you're going to have houses, like I mentioned, that are older, but some are remodeled, which is nice, but they have larger lot sizes. On the right side is going to be newer homes. So that's kind of the, I noticed the separation there of where they built more houses. So here's another community with nice homes. And in this whole, all these areas that we're driving in, there's houses that are even less than 2,000 square feet. There's condos, there's townhomes, mostly townhomes. There's some options there, but most of these are going to be single family. Let me turn right. Single family homes. So you're not going to have a ton of apartments, ton of townhomes, ton of condos. There's a small area where there are townhomes, but most all of these communities that I'm showing you will be single family homes, and you can see some of them are rather large. And that's why a lot of people like this location between Mall B and 228th coming through 39th, is because there's so many options for newer single family homes, which is most people's preference, that they can look here and find what they're looking for. All right, again on the left, you'll have houses that are older with larger lot sizes. Right side, newer houses, smaller lot sizes. You can see the mountain views over there, the Olympics. You have a park here on the right side. Continue through. Go through some of these neighborhoods and give you an idea of what it looks like. There's a dead end up here. Go ahead and loop around. Again, as I mentioned, if you're looking for a house that's larger with 4, 5, 6 bedrooms, over 3,000 square feet, some are even over 4,000 square feet, nice build quality, these are the neighborhoods you're going to want to look in. You have a lot more options. And it's nice to concentrate your search on a specific area. And then as your real estate broker, if you work with me, then I can really dial in and kind of focus on finding you that house if there's nothing on the market at the time. I'll door knock some of these houses, or I'll try to give them a call, or just try to find ways to get you in the house you're looking for. Let's turn right here on to 20th, and up ahead will be 45th, where we came in. We're leaving the Heights at Bellemont right now. That was the community we were in. Grove North. This is the community now that we're entering. Some of these houses will have here the setup of kind of a courtyard setup where you have your driveway, but you're sharing it with other houses. And this is how some of the newer homes are built when they don't have a ton of land. What they do is they'll build the houses like this in a courtyard setup. The benefit is that you're going to have price points that are lower compared to if you had just a typical single family home. So there is that benefit there. So there's going to be some trade-offs, but it might work for you and you might be okay with that. Every house isn't perfect for everyone, but there's others that are actually just what they're looking for. And there's a park here as well that I will show here on video. There we go. And it's for the residents of Grove North. These homes are built by Quadrant. Pretty good home builder, I'd say. Fire station here on the left. Just to give you a quick idea, I'm going to go down this street and show you some of the houses here. The zoning for these homes, it's going to be 1 per acre, maybe 1 per 5 acre. So you're going to notice there it's just a different type of neighborhood makeup and the layout, and it is nice because if you still want to stay in Bothell, you have that option of choosing a community like this with more room and more space. Maybe you don't want an HOA, and these communities don't have HOAs, most of them. As you can see, even from this drive, you can't even really see most of the homes off the street, like from the video view. Just there a lot more space here. Alright, we will go ahead and turn around. Okay, we are getting back on 45th now. We're going to go across into this other neighborhood, coming out of the community with larger lot sizes and older homes, as I mentioned. Okay, so let's continue now at the Grove at Canyon Park into this community here. And you can see now some of the homes in these communities are looking different, right? The style, you can tell they're a little more modern. And some people like that look, some people don't. Some people prefer the traditional style of homes. And that's totally okay. But you have options, which is good. These newer homes, do remember, will have smaller lot sizes, most all of them. And so if you want a little more space, you're going to want something, some of those other areas that were built in the earlier 2000s. more land and space means more maintenance, but at the same time, it's maybe worth it for you if you want to maybe have a playground in the back or a trampoline, or you want to put set up a pool during the summer. You have options, right? But it is going to be more maintenance, so you have to decide if that is something you'd like or you would not prefer to have. Let's show this park here on the left. Turning left, we have a park here on the right. We'll turn into this neighborhood as well. Cul-de-sac, we'll loop back around. This is 43rd Drive, southeast. There's a park across the street here. Smaller park. You're going to find quite a few parks in these communities. I mean, there's one back there and there's one here on the left as well. We're back now on 45th, turning right. It's gonna take us closer to, we're leaving the Sierra Hills neighborhood, by the way, where it's gonna take us towards 228th, but I wanna turn into this community first on the right, 226th. It'll be the last one before we get to 228th. And there's a park here I wanna show. Back up a little so you can see the park. All right, we'll continue on. And we'll just make a loop and come back out around. In this neighborhood here, you'll find smaller homes. You're not going to find many over 3,000 square feet. I believe the largest is going to be mid 2,000, so maybe 2,500 square feet. The garages on here are, a lot of these newer houses will have garages that are a little bit more narrow. They're just not as much space overall, so it is going to be a little more compact. But you do get what you pay for, so the prices will be adjusted accordingly based on the home size and lot size, and especially in this neighborhood where all the homes are within that Malby and 228th area. Turning right, we're going to get back onto 45th. We're going to turn right on 228th, which is going to take you, if you continued onto that, this is Hawthorne Crest neighborhood that we're leaving. If you turn right, continue down 228th, you'll go to where the QFC, Chick-fil-A, PCC market is as well. But I'm going to turn into the neighborhoods as well off 39th. So I'm going to turn right on 228th. If you turn left here, you're going to go up to Highway 9 eventually, which is going to be in Snohomish. And that can take you down into Woodinville area, and then you can take that around to go into Bellevue. So that's one of the other highways that some people will use to commute to work. Really nice views from here. You can see the mountains in the distance. We turn into this neighborhood really quick. Ooh, there goes my water. All Right, newer homes here. You can tell by the exterior of the homes. Nice stonework on many of them. Let's pull in here on the right and see what homes we have here. This area has more hills, this neighborhood, so if you're looking for level where you can walk without having to deal with some of the incline and decline, some of these neighborhoods might not work as well for you. But for others, if that's not a problem, then this could be a good fit. You'll notice on the left and right side it says no parking because these are newer homes and they had to make as much use of space as possible. They did add those restrictions for parking. Nice little park here with nice views as well. Turn right here on 41st Drive Southeast. Again, you'll see the signs on each side for no parking. It looks like they're only in certain areas, so I think only certain spots, because I do see some cars on the sides there. Alright, now we're going to have a dead-end road, but this says future road extension, so it looks like they're going to connect this road to the other communities, likely off 39th Avenue, which is where we are going next. The main artery through all these neighborhoods. Either that one or 45th on that other side, but the main one is 39th. Okay, 39th Avenue Southeast coming up. We're going to turn right. And we'll go through some other communities until we cover practically all of them in this area between Malby and 228th. Alright, I'm going to turn left in here. Sutherland Park neighborhood. Homes are going to be a little bit smaller here. You're not going to find 3,500 square foot homes here, and they're a little bit smaller. So in the 2000s ranges for square feet. You might find one here and there it's larger, but overall they're going to be a little bit smaller size. But that may be all that you need. You may not need something huge. Sometimes a bigger house means more cleaning. So it's not necessarily always a good thing. Some of these might even be kind of in the 1,800, 1,900 square feet range. Turn left here. Park coming up. The homes now that you're starting to see, some of these will be a little bit larger. The makeup of these neighborhoods, they will change, from one neighborhood to the other. Because there's newer developments happening, you will have more of a variation at times. Some of these homes also look like some of the previous ones we saw, maybe between 1,800 and 2,500 square feet. We passed through some others that look a lot larger, so let's continue forward and look at these homes here. The dead end, we'll come back around. The difference between a dead end and a cul-de-sac. Cul-de-sac loops around. Dead ends do as well, but sometimes we'll call it a dead end. It essentially is because the road ends, but when you have this rounded street, kind of where you can turn around, it's not just a straight like edge of the road where it's hard to back up and you can't loop around like that. It's called a cul-de-sac. Somebody asked me that before, so just thought I'd mention it. 3-car garage. Nice setup here. Some people prefer a 3-car garage and may need it for multiple vehicles or for just extra storage. Not all the houses will have a 3-car garage option. Straight ahead will be 228th, and this is the last neighborhood here before 228th. We'll continue back up on 39th and take a look at some of those other neighborhoods we didn't get to see because we turned on one of the roads that go to the areas between the older homes, the larger lots, and the newer homes on the right side. 45th was the street that we were on. So we'll come back around and look at the neighborhoods we missed. I hope this is helpful for you. I know for me, when I was looking to move, I wanted to get a real world idea of what it was like driving through, because it's tough to kind of know for sure. And if you were to visit here, you would be doing things like this anyway, right? So why not take the work out of it by me as the agent putting in the effort and time so I can help you as the buyer kind of see what area you might want to move to. Make a park here on the left. Okay, he's letting me go. I'm going to turn left here now. I don't think we went down this street yet. Actually, we may have. So let me turn back around. I'm going to go back onto 39th and we'll enter into some other neighborhoods. Sinclair Woods, we're exiting this neighborhood. We'll continue on. Okay, we're on 39th. Yeah, I missed that road. I'm gonna go back. Actually, this one might loop through, so let's go ahead and turn right into here. This is Bellemont. You have a park here on the right. So this is a private park for the residents. It's a little hard to see with the sun, but there's a playground with several slides, rock climbing wall. It says no pets allowed, so keep that in mind if you do have pets. Turn left in here. Some of these houses will be larger, the 3,000 square foot range. So different range within 3,000. Some might be a little bit under that, maybe a little over 3,000, maybe in the 4,000s, but most of them will be in the 3,000 square foot range, or majority, I'd say. Straight ahead will be 39th. Turn left here. Go back around. Okay, up on the left will be a dead end, but let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and loop back around. This would be more of a dead end here, proper dead end. The dead end sign we saw yesterday, or sorry, not yesterday. The dead end sign we saw earlier was more of a cul-de-sac. Actually, it was a cul-de-sac. House is up here. When you leave, you have that nice view of the mountains, which is really cool. Especially on a sunny day, it's always nice to see that. The neighborhood over next from this one, that street we missed, I'm gonna go back down that road. Yeah, I believe that one continues into one of the neighborhoods we've already looked at. So I'm not gonna go all the way through. You'll see some no parking signs here on the right, but it looks like there's enough parking at different areas so that if you have guests, you can have them park there. So this road that we're going to be hitting right here, 43rd, we went down this road earlier. And so if you look back on the earlier part of the video, if you're just starting here in the middle or towards the end of the video here, you'll see we went through that neighborhood already. So I'm not going to go back through. Okay, let's go back down and continue on the other side of Bellemont. Back on 39th, we'll turn right, and then we'll turn left into Bellemont across the street. It's going to be 222nd Place Southeast. Park here on the left. Let's turn in. Streets here look, a lot more wide. Space to park. You have a lot newer developments. You'll notice the streets are much more narrow for the most part. You have to use every inch of that space as possible for building those homes. A small little park here for Sinclair Woods. This is where we came out of earlier. So I'm going to back out. I'm just going to back up and then come back around. You'll see that a lot of these neighborhoods will connect. They'll interconnect within each other, and you kind of go from one community to the next without always having to go onto 39th. Some people here have solar panels, but because it's the Northwest, it's not as practical as parts of California, Arizona. But, it is possible that may make sense depending on how much sun exposure you get. Let's turn right here. Cul-de-sac here. Little park on the right side. We are going to go ahead to Claremont neighborhood. We just are leaving Stratford Court right now. Okay, across the street will be the Claremont community. We saw some of these. These are the houses we didn't see. So we went through here earlier. So I'm just going to turn around. We did go up the hill already, so I'm just going to turn around so I can at least show you some of these houses that we saw from the distance, but not up close. We'll go ahead and turn right on 39th and continue to see the next neighborhoods, and we're just about done. Next up, 221st. You just have a few homes here, some newer houses, but 3-car garage on each one. And then up ahead will be a private road. Just gonna go turn around. Back onto 39th. All right, we are now to 20th Street. We're going to turn left here. Pull into this neighborhood here on the right side. We have a park here on the left, nice park. Some of these homes will be smaller setup. They have a courtyard design. Some have one-car garage, so square footage, you'll have several here under 2,000 square feet. Maybe a little over 2,000 square feet as well. But you'll see they have courtyard setup with some will be larger homes as well, but you'll see the makeup of different smaller houses and larger. But you'll have courtyard setup where they pull in and they park kind of with the shared driveway until you get to your main driveway. Okay, we are leaving Kimura Gardens. We are now going to go into the next neighborhood, which will be the last neighborhood we look at, Bellemont Crossing. So we'll go ahead and take a look at these homes. Do a quick drive through here. I think this video did show you practically all the areas within Maltby and Maltby and 228th, and I hope this gives you a good idea on what the neighborhoods are like. So many homes to choose from and a lot of different options for you, so that's good. It's always nice to have more options when you're looking for homes, and this area in Bothell definitely offers that. Coming up on 45th Avenue Southeast, and turn left. These were the neighborhoods we went through earlier, so they're all kind of interconnected. Thank you so much for watching this video, driving through Bothell. Again, my name's Jonathan Martis with North Pacific Real Estate. I'm a local real estate broker in the area, along with my wife, Carmen Martis. So if you're looking to buy something here, or if you're ever wanting to sell your property as well, please let me know, 425-318-8999. Thank you.